70 years ago, artificial intelligence was just an idea in a university workshop. Today, it writes codes, screens candidates, and makes decisions on its own. So here's the big question. Is AI simply faster automation or something fundamentally different? And the one every leader is asking, will it replace our jobs or redefine them? That's exactly what we're decoding today. Welcome to another episode of TechSpire. The podcast where we explore the skills, strategies, and mindset shifts shaping the future of technology and digital careers. I'm Roshan, your host for today's episode on the evolution of AI. For decades, AI lived in research papers and science fiction. Now it sits inside every workflow, drafting, analyzing, and increasingly acting on its own. Whether you're a student, an engineer, a business leader, or simply AI curious, understanding how we got here will shape where you go next. To trace that journey, from rule-based automation to today's agentic, AI-first systems, we are joined today by Chetan Sagar, Senior Project Manager at Kalpita Technologies, with 21 years of experience delivering complex technology programs. Across 2 decades on the delivery floor, Chetan has watched AI move from rule-based automation to agentic system teams rely on today. Chetan, welcome to TechSpire. Great to have you here.
Thank you. My pleasure.
You've watched AI move from a back office buzzword to a boardroom priority. Let's start at the beginning, then work our way out to what comes next. Right? Why does AI matter today? And how is it different from automation?
AI was conceptualized somewhere in the 70s by Charles Babbage when he started with the thought, can a machine think? That is where it started, and the acceleration happened in the last decade from 2015. Since the discovery of the transformers, that was a crucial pivot point in AI. We started with many things. The goal of the exercise was to simplify everyday work of the humans, and the only way that could be done was the decisions were to be done by the humans. While any rule that could be followed, that could lead to a clear decision, could be done by machines. So that was how we evolved into automation, into machines that started doing things by themselves, but all of it would do specific things. All of it would be pre-programmed. All of it would be told what to do. Now we are in an era where machines can think for themselves like humans and can do things by themselves like humans. So that is where we are today. Majorly the evolution that has happened since the 70s till here.
Yeah, that is an interesting point. Yeah, it did start back in the 70s. And of course, like you said, Charles Babbage started the entire AI engine or where we are at today. A very valid point. And I hope that computers are making life easier. Automation. Do you think automation is the future?
No. So automation in the last 2 or 3 decades, we have explored automation to the maximum. We understand what comes with automation, what is possible with automation, the dimensions that automation has grown into, and I think we are at a stage where automation needs to be guided with intelligence. What humans could do with intelligence, humans could program automation. Now it's the turn of machines themselves to program the automation itself, so that what the humans used to do for automation will be done by the machines.
That's an interesting point. We also have had this idea, and we also made a blog on this, where we are talking about how machines are going to be. It's a blog is called Autonomous Machine Workers, and what we are talking about is exactly the same thing, where machines are going to supervise other machines and automate the workflows, where human involvement is completely taken out of the picture and everything is governed within a machine ecosystem. So that's a very, very interesting point that you brought up there. Can you give us a bit of a background on AI?
Sure, yeah. So AI began in the 50s to 80s, 1950s to 80s. The earliest era of AI was to get something done with the machine, right? So that is where it started. So it came with limited computing power, the calculators, various small task machines in the 80s, 50s to 80s. Then we started with machine learning. So machine learning with statistics, what humans used to do with a lot of statistics, the predictions with statistics, decision making with statistics, huge reams of papers to analyze. Would take years for solving a problem. So this could be solved with the computing power and analyzed faster, and it would help get some useful insights based on the data, based on which decisions could be made. So that is what happened in the 90s and the 2 decades from the 90s to 2010. The biggest drawback during this period was statistics. While the statistics was used to make decisions, if a machine had to make a decision by itself, it had to have a memory of the previous decisions or the previous data, which was missing. So there comes the biggest change between 2010 and 2020, where neural networks came in. With the neural networks, deep learning came in. The deep learning, NLP was an existing part of AI, natural language processing. We still had some studies, some amount of knowledge on natural language processing. But the real boost came when we could apply this neural networks to NLP. This helped us evolve into the LLMs and SLMs today, where the natural language processing, all the parameters of natural processing, analysis of the language, and the ability to generate word by word the required sentence or the sense of what we are, or the context and answers for the context could be developed. So that is what happened with the evolution of deep learning and neural networks.
Right.
So the back propagation with the neural networks, all these were step-by-step progress that happened on the AI side,
Right.
which has brought us to where we are today.
Right. Something interesting that I thought about when you said about calculations. I believe we started with hundreds of calculations, thousands of calculations, and now we are at billions and trillions of calculations, and that is for a second. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah. So there's a difference between computing and analyzing data. So what we were capable of earlier was computing.
Right.
Which means arithmetic, complex solutions for definite numeric steps.
Right. So it had a process.
We could still program.
Right.
But the programming was done by humans. the intelligence was driven by humans.
Right.
So what calculations had to be done was already known to humans, and that was programmed into machines.
Right.
So we still could do a lot of calculations with that. But what we couldn't do was analyze data
Right.
and see the insights,
Right.
derive insights. That was very highly dependent on the data,
Right.
the quality of the data,
Right. Right.
and analyzing the quality of data, understanding the required parameters. All these bringing the right data in and applying statistical tools on the data was still evolving, and this is what happened with the early statistical models.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that is where the machine learning started.
Right. And that again relies on the memory and having a context of how to solve things.
Yes.
Right. Interesting. If AI has existed for decades, why has it become so prominent only now?
That's a very relevant question. As I answered, there were different stages
Right.
of AI, but most of it, finally, the decisions had to be done by humans. So there was data, there was computation, there was automation. So there were many things that could lead us to make a decision.
Right.
But there was never a way of suggesting decisions or the actual decision being made.
Right. Right.
You could not interact with the machine in a way that the machine would give you decisions that were not thought of before.
Right.
So what we could do was, if a decision was made and there was a definite pattern to the decision, we could program it, and it was a well-established solution or a decision based on the practices that humans have been following for quite some time, and that was what was getting programmed.
Right.
Now, on the fly today, AI can analyze a lot of data,
Right.
can have a lot of learning by itself, can make decisions within seconds of or on questions that humans have.
Right.
So this capability was only possible with the system or the AI being able to trace back to its previous decisions or previous analysis, the results of the previous analysis, which evolved after neural networks, backpropagation, and the generator model evolved somewhere in the 2016, 2018 era. There were multiple revisions to the generator model, with which the generator model evolved further, and we are at a state where things are very simplified today, and we also have a few instances where we don't need the backpropagation, which is a very expensive or complex process to navigate. So it is in a stage where it is really evolving fast. AI has its problems, but then it's in a state where it can do a lot of things today.
Right. So what I understand is it got prominent because its ability to now able to analyze information better over iteratively becoming better over the courses of time. It has now come to a state where its capability to derive insights is significantly better compared to over the past decades. So that's why it's in a more prominent position that it is as of now. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Where is AI being used mostly today? What are the most prominent areas?
Yeah, so there's widespread usage of AI today. So we use AI as most of us would know. In the last 1 year, it's like the evolution of the mobile phones. The old people used to find it difficult to use mobile phones, but today there's no such restriction. So people are using everyone of every age group is using mobiles. Similarly, when ChatGPT started, or any LLM-based chatbot started, people were adapting to it. They were all curious. Now, you would find ChatGPT on almost all of the machines. So, some of the specific areas that AI is helping with: code generation, software testing, documentation.
Right.
So, while the amount of coverage or the reliability of these results vary based on the field. For example, documentation is almost there. There are many documents where humans do not need to interfere at all.
Right.
The documents are almost just generated and they are right away used.
Right.
But with minimal proofreading.
Right.
While for code generation, you still need humans to look at it, analyze it,
Right.
and maybe debug, make sure it is giving the right results, do some manual testing. So otherwise, all the regular mundane work after code generation, merging of code, generating a PR, then kicking off DevOps.
Right.
All these are regular tasks which AI is able to do by itself. But the code itself, the code that is generated, with some verification and some testing, we are able to use it.
Right.
So there's definitely, we track our metrics very regularly on the development side. So we are definitely seeing somewhere around 25 to 35% increase in productivity in terms of code that is generated for humans. What people used to do in 100 hours, they are now able to do in 65 hours, 70 hours. And some of the regular areas where the code has been available for a long time, the patterns. So those, the productivity gain is much higher there. And it is evolving. Every month we see a lot more capabilities.
Right.
With tools like Claude, Copilot, Cursor, etc. So the evolution is really fast and it's catching up.
Right.
Other areas, project management, where we do sprint planning,
Right.
Creating user stories when we have the requirements document, splitting the user stories in the right way, risk analysis, handling risks, then taking meeting notes,
Right.
and summarizing meeting notes from a very long meeting, right? Then generating requirements from conversations. So here AI is kind of helping project managers kind of increase their scope of work, handle a much larger complex domain than what they were able to within the same amount of time. Healthcare, there is predictive healthcare, diagnostics, drugs discovery, personalized medicine. So AI is helping with all this. Education, finance, creative industries, all of these, we are seeing it every day. I won't go into depth of it.
Right.
But it's in one word, it's catering to everyone, all kind of work, except where physical labor is involved. Wherever a man has to think, a man has to make decisions, it is touching all of it.
Right. I have two questions from what you just said. How soon do you think we'll be reaching to a completely autonomous AI space where the code generation requires very minimal human intervention, or in those spaces, because the productivity is now increased by 25 to 30%, whereas in the productivity, let's say, to 70 or 80%? How far away are we to that space?
That's a very good question. This is something every IT company is trying to understand, and there's no definitive answer to it. And if there is something, they are all with the people who are doing who are working on these tools, and we will only know when it happens.
Right.
But the projections based on the research that we do is 3 to 5 years, where we should be able to even generate things that we haven't touched.
Right.
Very or gone very deep into. So it's already pretty prominent for very generic things, very generic domains. It can do real wonders when it comes to things that have been there for a long time, and there's a lot of data available, a lot of code available on those domains, all the generic frameworks or generic reusable components. You can use AI for all those.
Right.
But for specific use cases, it is still evolving, and in 3 to 5 years, I think we'll be in a position where we can probably get to 80 to 90% of the productivity. And I think the role of people is going to completely change.
Right.
So we'll have a lot more time and a lot more creative things that we can do in every domain, including programming, where you can, if you're able to identify problems in the existing area. So you'll have time to focus on those rather than thinking about how to implement what is available.
Right. So you're moving to how do we improve rather than how do we get things working, So that's pretty interesting. That's a very optimistic view, to be honest, and sounds very fun.
Yeah. So we have customers who really have great vision of what they can do with AI.
Right.
How they can optimize their costs with AI.
Right.
And it's all interesting, and we are trying to align with their thoughts, with the thought leaders, and we would be excited to share the results.
Right.
As and when we have something to speak about.
Got it. So we are also part of their planning for future AI implementation and planning how they leverage AI. Is that right? With
Yes.
our customers?
Yeah. In a way, we are lucky as a company to be working with customers who are completely supportive of AI, also carry a deep expertise of AI,
Right.
are willing to propagate or willing to partner with us on the AI front, where we benefit from each other's learnings and leverage each other's learning to do better.
Right. Sounds fun. I have one more question. I'll keep it, brief. Does AI help you if you're doing project management planning? Does it help you discover something you wouldn't have thought about while setting up your work tasks? Is it able to uncover something that you wouldn't have normally uncovered and help fill those gaps?
Yes. So project management does not, while there is a framework, while there are guidelines, there's a lot of customization that happens in project management, and based on the projects that we work on.
Right.
So over a period of time, a project manager derives from his experience. While that's a good thing, there is also some disadvantage that he might not think of a few things that can be helpful to him,
Right.
and develop certain pattern of thinking or certain pattern of working.
Right.
And when you approach this with AI, it triggers your thoughts and memories and your thought process on things that you probably learned, and on the way, because it was not required, you stopped using them, and now all those are probably relevant for the project that you currently are working on. So the SME you want to be, you are already an SME, and you know how to use things, but there are limitations to being a human, going through a few experiences, right? That shapes how you think, how you do things. So AI kind of keeps you abreast, keeps you thinking about what is available, what else can you do,
Right.
and what you might be missing on the project because of your experience and the way, the kind of work you've been doing.
Right.
That is true for almost all areas.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is you ask AI the right questions so that you get the right answer.
Right. Makes sense. The biggest question on everyone's mind: will AI take away jobs?
To answer that question, yes. Like all new technology, all
Right.
new disruptive technology that has come up till now, I think, like everyone predicted, AI is also going to disrupt the pattern of work that is there today. But every time something similar has happened in history,
Right.
humans have only generated more jobs. So we are yet to see, we are in the stage where we are yet to see how AI is going to, while we know that certain routine things are going to go away, how can humans adjust themselves to do more things? A lot of our customers are already thinking. A lot of our customers are thinking on better utilization of budget,
Right.
the budget that they have.
Right.
A few customers are repurposing their budget on other business areas with the savings they get from AI, while some of the customers are repurposing the same budget into doing more in technology itself, bringing more products, reducing time to market, and emerging in their among their competition. So it's interesting how things are evolving. So short term, as everyone is saying, there can be disruptions on jobs.
Right.
But then I'm sure we will be able to do
Right.
many more things that we haven't been able to do.
Right.
Space science, for example,
Yeah.
the computation power, rocket thinking midway.
Right.
There are hundreds of control points. Right? If maybe percentage, maybe 50-60% of these decision-making points can already be done within the rockets itself.
Right.
So human dependency will reduce.
Right.
So observations lost in documentation. When we have documented and when we have when those don't come up in new projects. So AI can probably remind you or bring it to your notice that these can also be helpful in the area that we have been working on. So there will be a lot of things that will get better with AI, and with this, what better things humans can do is something to be seen.
Right.
But it is moving in that direction. So
yes,
it's something to wait and
current
watch.
jobs will be changing, and new job roles will be identified, is what I understand, and that will make way to a new era of new jobs and new ways of working, rather than what existing. If people are thinking existing jobs are a threat, they're going to change. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes, whenever there's a disruption that happens, people have invested years and years learning something, doing things the way they have learned. And when there's a disruption and something else can do all these, so there will be another learning curve for many individuals.
Right.
So it's up to the people on how well they adapt or how well they understand in what area they need to adapt.
Right.
Like we know, for humans, evolution is the only way, and survival of the fittest is the only way. So it's not necessary that people are doing things wrong,
Right.
but there's no will to evolve. But will they find the right path to evolve? Some might, some may not.
Right.
So that disruption is the constant, is always going to be there.
Right. Makes sense. Is today's AI actually fully functional in the areas where it's used?
So yes, AI has its problems today. It can do a lot of things very well, but it has its problems, hallucinations. So no data is perfect.
Right.
So while the quality of the output is dependent on data, areas where data is confusing or the quality of data is not good, or the availability of data is low, systems can hallucinate. The other area is bias. So it's that's a problem that has been there since the time of machine learning and statistics. The systems or the AI systems tend to be biased towards the area, or tend to answer with the context of the data where the availability is high, or where there is a possibility of bias happening. Right. So there are multiple ways where a bias can happen.
Right.
So that is one of the problems. Data privacy. This is again a common problem. That is one of the things to ponder over as a common man.
Right.
So a lot of sensitive data today goes into our chatbots or LLM-based systems, and those sensitive content are required when you need a decision or assistance by AI. And with our work pressure, with our need for speed,
Right.
so we sometimes ignore what we are putting into the LLMs. So it's highly possible that this data gets compromised. There are a lot of policies that are still evolving around the area. There's no guarantee on how your data is going to be used once you put it into one of these platforms. So that is one of the areas, privacy, where the data privacy, where a lot of policies and regulations need to evolve until we can call it safe.
Right.
Deepfakes today, I won't elaborate. Everyone understands the kind of destruction deepfakes are capable of.
Right.
And the kind of trauma that some people have gone through because of the deepfakes. Copyright, again, quite a common problem. Leak of copyrights because of availability on these platforms. Something that is generated by AI, who's the owner of it?
Right.
If you have done a high amount of research by yourself and you're assisted by AI in some parts, and that is generated by AI, are you the rightful owner of that content just because you ask the right questions? So that's again an area where we need to have specific laws coming in, policies being drafted.
Right.
Cybersecurity, so phishing, automated malware, social engineering, some of the problems that come with cybersecurity because of AI.
Right.
Yeah, these are some of the things that, along with evolution of AI, will pose more challenges, and humans will have to work towards, teaching to this.
So interestingly, I want to know, is AI virus a thing?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I probably have to do more research.
Fair enough. So AI governance, its governance framework needs to be drafted and established. How straightforward is this, or how convoluted is this process?
That's a very good question. I think though I have no expertise in this. This is purely based on what I've been watching. It is fairly complex because there are new kind of people, new kind of profiles opening up to the use of AI. While we work on the profiles or the group of people who have already been using AI to a high degree, and we might focus on understanding the pattern of usage of AI by these people. There are always going to be new set of people, and how sooner or how much longer is it going to take to cover a majority of these profiles is something that is difficult to answer.
Right.
But with adoption of AI by the different profiles, it's always going to bring in new challenges. So it's definitely not very straightforward. It's going to be complex.
Right.
And we might use AI itself to draft policies on AI. So that's a possibility while we gather data on this.
Right.
And probably use that data with AI itself to probably generate some policies.
So how long are we from the nearest AI framework or the first framework to come about? How far do you think we are from getting that drafted with? Because AI is exponentially increasing and new things are coming, so frameworks are getting updated. So how soon before we get something that's a bit of a standard? What do you think?
That's a good question, and I have no answer for this. That probably needs some background, and I haven't thought about it. So,
looking ahead, how do you see the future of AI?
Yeah, in the short term, we are looking as we are seeing it today. In the next 1 to 3 years, AI agents are going to evolve. AI agents are going to mature.
Right.
There will be systems capable of performing what we do today completely independently.
Right.
We are seeing AI agent synchronization,
right,
and AI orchestration. Once this evolves fully, I think there are going to be many things that will directly be handled by AI, and humans won't need to do these jobs anymore.
Right.
There are voice assistants. We see translation having evolved over the last 7-8 years.
Right.
From what used to be minimal today, it's real time.
Right.
The translation happens real time.
Right.
So you don't need a translator anymore. Of course, there are possibilities of hallucinations. There will always be possibilities of adding new languages.
Right.
That will eventually happen continuously.
Right.
But then, for the major languages and the regular usage, we already see mature translations being available, along with the context, the grammar, the everything related to the language being taken care of real time when the conversation is happening. So that is probably going to be completely streamlined in the next 1 to 3 years. So and then personal AI copilots, where you will have custom help by AI, depending on not only on the work front, also on the personal front.
Right.
On your hobbies, on the regular things that you do. So those things are going to be touched by AI. In the medium term, 3 to 10 years, you might see some huge evolution on the robotics part of it, where we'll see a lot of AI-controlled robots making most of the decisions by themselves.
Autonomous machine workers.
Yes.
Kind of a thing.
Right. Yeah, autonomous enterprises where businesses increasingly automate their operations. Then scientific discovery as well, where majority of the base work is done by AI, and then the results of what you get from AI is going to further boost areas in scientific discovery.
Right.
So it's things that you had to do to get to something.
Right.
Those are all going to be done by AI. And
Right.
You can focus on the real things that your scientific research is moving towards. So it's going to add speed to that. On the long term, so we see artificial general intelligence.
Right.
That is kind of common human intelligence.
Right.
That can be adapted by machines.
Right.
So, and then there can be areas of human AI collaboration.
Right.
So this is what we can see as of now.
Right.
So there have been a lot of predictions by our ancestors, and based on what was the primary area for them. But there have always been changes in areas of focus for humans. So it's difficult to say what will be the focus in the coming days.
Right.
And based on that, AI can be used for much bigger achievements by humans.
Right. All right. That sounds exciting. Venturing into the unknown is always what human beings are, always known for, to exploring into the unknown and finding light in darkness. So let the human endeavor continue on. With that, we're coming to the end of our podcast. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for hosting me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chetan, for taking us from AI's origins to its frontier. This was a fascinating conversation. To our listeners, the evolution of AI isn't really about smarter machines. It's about smarter decisions and the people who know how to direct them. The tools will keep evolving. The real question is, are your skills evolving with them? This is TechSpire by Kalpita Technologies, and I'm your host Roshan. See you next time.